All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call your name, please stand and let me know you're here. If you do not, a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Christopher Gonzalez. Alexandra Castro. Raymond Alejandro. Nieves Carrillo, custody. Randy Elizondo.
Here.
Christian Smith. Arturo Villanueva. Arturo Villanueva. Amanda Mahula. Thank you. Riot Aguilar. Riot Ryan Aguilar. Sandy Garcia. Sandy Garcia. Darren Johnson.
Here you are.
Lucy Rodriguez. Refugio Rodriguez. Curtis Wilson, custody. Thank you. Hector Casanova. Hector Casanova Jr. Enrique Soriano. Thank you. Carlos Gallardo, custody. Daryl Payne, custody. Romero Sandoval. Albert Delgado. Clarence McDaniel, custody. Carlos Gallardo, custody. Bria Butler. Bria Sharon Butler. Marvin Ortiz, custody. Mark Anthony Morgan. Mark Anthony Morgan. Valentino Peralta. Juan. Thank you.
This also at Port Mines. I just want to let you know.
All right. Johnny Trevino. Johnny Trevino. Samantha Mendoza, custody. Jean Paul Pena. John Paul Pena. Nabib Garcia, custody. Michael John, how do you pronounce the last name?
Gauna.
Guyuna. Is he in jail?
Yes.
James Ross, custody. Reginald Hunter, custody. Diamond Danzy. I think she's supposed to be by Zoom.
Okay.
We'll double check. It should be in the file. Clarence McDaniel, custody. Lorenzo Martinez, custody. Jason Pallon, custody. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called or you came in late? What's your name? All right, thank you. Anyone else? All right, attorneys, you know the drill. Confer.
It's on page 2, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Enrique Soriano. Hey, how's it going?
Good morning, Judge.
Are you like Cornelius Cox? Are you getting excited about football season?
Always so optimistic.
So what's gonna happen?
This is gonna be the year A&M runs the table. Of course,
A&M's
so it's
gonna win?
all. Every year in August, that's my mindset.
All right, so the Longhorns gonna do anything? Because you
They're
know
gonna
what
lose
we
every
are.
game. Jeb Lock. Jeb. Jeb.
All
I
right,
didn't pick it.
State, who is on Enrique Soriano?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. State, do you know if all of the discovery is uploaded?
Do not, Your Honor.
All right, do we know if there was, sir, not to put you on the spot, but did they do a breath test for you or was it a blood test?
It was a blood test.
All right, it's blood test. So if you can make sure that the blood discovery is available. And how long does that usually take? Because this case was here in May, but then the defense attorney was in a jury trial. So how long is it usually for that to be available for defense?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right,
Usually about 30 days, Judge.
about 30 days?
Additionally, we're inquiring if there are any additional recordings that have not been produced.
All right.
It's a HELOTUS arrest, Judge, and their
Ah,
agency's a little. slow
all right. So
sometimes.
this is going to be the last setting that I'm going to give you for discovery. I'm going to give you a 30-day reset for discovery. So if there needs to be an order for blood discovery,
It's been signed, Judge.
all right, awesome. So that's taken care of. Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset on Mr. Soriano, please.
August 26th.
All right, so we'll be back on August 26th and state at that time, I'm going to expect an acknowledgement of discovery and for you to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No, it's great, Judge. Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
My pleasure, Judge.
You're welcome.
See y'all. later.
Mr.
Yes.
Locke, is your next
And-
one?
Yep.
You said August
26th.
26th,
May I
okay.
be excused, Your Honor?
It's for discovery and plea, and an offer is due from the state.
And may I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank
Thank
you. And what page is he on?
He's on page 4.
All right, thank you. Oh, just for a second. Thank you. Good morning. How's it going? Now, Jeff, the other attorney, you need to tell him that's the way he needs to come in. Come in, get out quick, right? Oh, and just so you know, Cornelius, he's told me he can't sleep at night because, you know, he's just so excited about the upcoming
I thought he was
season.
so nervous, thinking Florida was gonna be down in the dumps again.
Yeah. But we shall see. Have you been watching the Olympics?
A little bit.
Okay, let me just tell you, and Vashon, you know how you think that you can play certain games that you see at the Olympics, you're like, I can do that. Well, let me just tell you, that's not the backyard badminton I'm used to playing. I'm like, and the synchronized swimming, hey, you're talking to somebody who can't even float.
Yep.
I did walk a balance beam before though, because we had to do it in high school. And I was like, yeah, this is not for me. This is too high. Oh, yeah. It is just awesome. And you know, there, the tennis player Eubanks from the United States, he ended up losing. And people are losing their mind with their comments. I'm like, do you know how hard it is to get to the Olympics? Settle down. The fact that somebody even made the Olympics is, you know, great. Yeah.
Yeah. He's high as a kite.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching some more Olympic thing last night. As soon as I turned it on, this guy running, 25 yards and jumps up on a beam like this, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I couldn't do that in the dirt.
Yeah. You know, there was a comedy skit that I love. And it was about this athlete and she was in the Olympics and it was one of those snow things and the commentator's like, so you must be pretty disappointed, huh? She's like, oh no,
Yeah,
I'm here, I'm happy.
Exactly, yeah.
And then he's like,
Living the dream.
where were you thinking? She's like, oh no, I knew that country was gonna win. He's like, after this, we're going out to celebrate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I imagine it's just awesome to be there.
Somebody got, and they weren't an American, they got kicked out of the Olympic housing thing because they have alcohol.
Yeah. It's, now see that,
300,000 condoms, but a glass of alcohol?
yeah, yeah. But I will tell you, one of the guys, I think it's Daly from Britain. He's doing like a behind the scenes in
Mhm.
the village. And he actually said the cardboard bags are fine.
Yeah,
He was jumping on it. He's like, it's very sturdy.
well, the manufacturer said they could handle a threesome.
No. Oh, stop.
They did, they
Yeah.
did.
But you know what my thing is? My thing is, can you think of in the Olympics past, all the beds, like what did they end up doing with them? And you know, if you look at, I think they did a revisit to Sarajevo
Mhm. Oh.
and, you know, the Olympic Village was so beautiful and now it's gone.
Yep.
So, but it's been very, I found it very entertaining. Oh,
Oh,
did you watch women's rugby?
No.
But Sean, that's another thing I can't do.
Really rough.
And you know what? Half of the guys that I'm looking at here, including Jason Gerhan and Daniel Escobar, y'all couldn't take the US women's rugby team. I mean, and it was so awesome. That and water polo. Yeah. Oh, Norma just threw down the gauntlet. She said they need them for the Dallas Cowboys team. Help them out. And then I love the 3-on-3 basketball.
There's 3-on-3 basketball too.
Yes, there is.
We watched the
Yeah. Oh, gymnastic is so good. And you know, what? I'm sorry. I know they say that only 2 per country in gymnastics can go through to the all around. But guess what? You should pick the top people.
Shouldn't matter.
But I guess I would feel differently if the United States wasn't there. I'd be like, no, just 2 per country. And they've already started rhythmic gymnastics.
The US.
Yeah. But the synchronized swimming, I was like, that is so awesome. Oh, and you know, I think they still have table tennis, don't they? Not the table tennis that you played at your house. Oh, yeah. Oh, and Coco Golf is moving on. Oh, I regret Rafael Nadal didn't win his game.
He did.
No. But I think he's still in the doubles. You know, father time catches up to everybody.
Oh, that's all right. I don't have that.
Morning, how's it going? All right, I cannot complain, just getting over a sinus infection. Thank you.
Yeah, that's. Oh, that's fine. What's going on? Cool. Done. No, I got you. Allie's in a pre-trial, but she let me know. No, of course.
All right, Raymond Alejandro. Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. All right, on this case, we need a jury trial date,
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
and this is gonna go.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, all right.
Yeah,
And I know we couldn't go last time because we were in a jury trial. We're always in a jury trial.
they can move.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on this case. How long do y'all expect it to last?
No longer than a week, maybe 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I think 3 days.
All right,
Four at the very
At the
most.
most.
all right, it's probably 3 days. I've seen both of them in trial, so it'll be 3 days.
I like to go real slow.
Can do October 8th.
All right, you're gonna go to trial on October 8th.
I'll be out of town that day,
Where are you gonna be?
California.
California,
Doing
Your
what?
Honor, Bear County's with a B, California's with a C.
Thank you.
I have to-
Well, what city?
San Diego, visiting my sister.
What county?
I don't know what county she
All right,
is.
does your sister even really want to see you? Sometimes sisters are like, I have brothers, so I know. All
She said
right,
She did.
all right, we
I don't
can't,
ask a follow-up question. I'm saying that,
okay,
yes.
we can't interfere with that. All right,
District Attorney, what is your name?
Matthew Allen.
all right, so Norma, we'll need a different date because he's visiting his sister and he better move furniture or whatever else she needs done.
We're supposed to go to Disney.
Oh my gosh, I would probably be saving him. They tell me the lines are long.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yes.
can do, it is, I don't like to interfere with people's ability to vote. Yeah, Norma,
I mean, they have several pieces of impact already on September 9th.
I think we're double digits already.
well, I don't want to have a case tried on election day. I don't like to interfere with people's inability to vote, whether I'm on the ballot or not. What if we were to do, maybe if we did jury selection? Deputy Laura's looking at me. But Sean, are you gonna look at me?
Oh. I
So you guys say this case will take 3 days, correct?
think that's a very fair guess.
So if we, Norma, if we were to do jury selection. Norma, what do we have? If we were to do it the week of November 11th, I know November 11th is a holiday.
Actually, Sid Arnold said that day, Judge.
Okay,
I had to move him because he's in another trial in another county,
and what is he trying?
a murder. So I had to move.
No, I mean, what is he trying in this
Oh,
court?
in this court, it's a.
Is it a sex case?
Yes.
You know what? Go ahead and put them for the 12th. I'll see if there would be another courtroom available for him. And if there's not another courtroom available for him, then you won't be going on the 12th. But that's the only other option I would have, and you all tell me how this sounds before you put it in stone, Norma, would be to do a jury selection on Friday, November 1st. And then we would take testimony on Monday. We would have the 5th off because I don't want to interfere with jurors voting on election day or anybody voting on election day. And we could come back and finish it on the 6th. Actually, that sounds better to me. Norma, can we do that? All right, so we're going to do jury selection on November 1st. Are you all okay with that?
Yes, Judge.
That,
I'm thinking election, I'm thinking like last day of early voting. I'm good with whatever the court wants, Your Honor, absolutely, but I'm just thinking people usually run out to the polls, they don't have to go on voting day. That would be the last day of early voting.
oh, but I anticipate we'll do jury selection in the morning, so they'll still have all afternoon.
Just the selection on
Yeah,
that
we're
day.
not doing,
Oh, understood.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
all right, so we'll put you down for November 1st, even though it's interfering with my birthday celebrations, but okay.
Well, you get to spend your birthday with me.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's no Disney. equivalent.
Yeah. First my sister, now Judge.
No, it'll be great city. Well, that's okay, because I celebrate the entire month of November, so we're fine. And November 1st is not my actual birthday, so. All right, we'll put you down for November 1st. That will be jury selection only. And then November 4th, testimony, 5th, nothing, because I'm gonna give everybody a chance to go do their civic duty. And then we'll come back up on the 6th and hopefully it will be done.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
No, nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Norma, we'll probably need to let the central jury room know to have a jury available for November 1st.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Is it ALLEN?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um. All right. Curtis Wilson, come down. Who's the prosecutor on Curtis Wilson? All right, on this case, today is the plea deadline date.
I'm gonna ask that be removed, not moved. We need to reset. Your Honor, the e-discovery download was 923 files. I am down to 856 after removing duplicates. There's no way I get through that discovery and be on your trial docket.
All right. State, did you tender an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because we have an offer, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, how long would you all expect this jury trial to last? State, how long you would anticipate this jury trial lasting?
5 days, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, give me a jury trial date, 5 days, and that'll be your plea deadline date and jury trial date. Counsel, so I'll extend it to your plea deadline date to the jury trial date.
Understand, Judge.
Judge, I can do that one on November 4th, and I'll be sending you the impact.
All right. It will be November 4th in impact court. So you won't be before me. You'll be before a different judge. They're going to bring you over dressed for jury trial. If you decide not to reach an agreement with the state, they'll bring you dressed over in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be dressed in a different outfit,
I'll get him close.
let your attorney know.
I'll take care of it.
And counsel, if there is an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know, and we'll see if we can help expedite that.
We'll do it.
All right, we'll see you back on November 4th.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Are you Mr. Wright North?
Rittenhour.
Rittenhour, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you.
I apologize, sir.
No, that's all right. And I approach on Lucy Rodriguez. VP of Rodriguez. And Sandoval, page 3. Lucy Rodriguez. Refugio Rodriguez and Romero Sandoval. Thank you, John.
Sorry.
No, I don't know.
It is a public.
Oh, yeah. Or the other two, you already have them. Yeah, might as well.
Reject.
You want to go
Maybe he hired somebody, Jason, I just don't know.
All right, and attorneys, when you approach, please introduce yourself to the court reporter. We have a new court reporter, so make sure you introduce yourself to her and spell your last name. You're welcome.
Page 3.
All right, Lucy Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just didn't. Judge, may I hand this to you regarding Lucy Rodriguez? I did a subpoena to use tecum.
All right, state.
So,
With-
Your Honor, this is a co-defendant. We have the other person have their file. The last time we were here, we couldn't find that file. Our advocate has checked multiple times.
Everyone, please whisper.
I'm not sure what exactly to do. She's checked for this file. She cannot find that physical file, Your Honor.
Oh, you all are gonna have to make a duplicate or recreate your file.
We have.
Yep,
So when are you all gonna be able to do that?
that would probably take a couple weeks, but we can get the process started today.
All right.
Again, the last time it was the first time we had kind of not been able to find it. So today I think it's kind of time to.
All right, and I'm assuming this protective order is for CPS records?
That's for CPS records, physical records only, not to subpoena a person. I've already reached out to the regional attorney, Marilyn Bradley. She gave me this protective order. And if I do have discretion, I had her permission where it says excluding any audio video in their possession. If you could actually put including, if they have it. But if you could scratch out excluding and put including.
All right, so we're gonna go on the record. And before we do that, have you had a chance to review the protective order that was prepared by the regional attorney?
Counsel briefly discussed it with me, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna go on the record. In 2000, well, let me ask you this before we do that. Are you also representing Refugio Rodriguez?
Monica Gadotto, there's a Danielle Cranberg who's covering that.
Come forward. Oh, and introduce yourself to the court reporter. Thank you. All right, is there, before we go on the record, is there Mr. Refugio Rodriguez? Is there the same issue with the file on missing in this case?
We have that file and we've given them a copy of the CPS records. They're gonna do the forensics. So in that one, we're making definite progress. This one is a little bit different.
All right, so let's do this. Let me take up the easy case first, and then Mr. Stetson, I'll take you up immediately. So you just step right there? All right. So Refugio Rodriguez, do you have all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, we just received a copy of CPS records today, and then I'll be reaching out to their advocate today so that we can review the child safe.
Okay. So no outstanding discovery.
And that's my knowledge. Your Honor.
All right, so I need an acknowledgement of discovery done on that.
Okay.
And then state, were you able to tender an offer?
Well, they haven't viewed the forensic yet, so we're gonna wait until all parties were kind of aligned now with us.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
on this case, I need a reset date. And I need a reset date for 30 days. And on that date, I'm gonna expect the state to be prepared to tender an offer, and I'm gonna expect an acknowledgement of discovery.
27th.
Okay, so we'll be back on your case on August 27th. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse, and thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yes.
next week, deadline you said?
Now, discovery is due, a discovery acknowledgement, and it's gonna be an offer due. All right, now we're back on you. All right, we're gonna go on the record in 2024 CR 2911, State of Texas versus Lucy Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Zach Dunn for the state.
defense?
Joseph State's son.
And are you Miss Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so off the record, state you informed the court that you have been unable to find her file.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so state you're gonna have to,
Great duplicate. Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor. We will,
and how long are you saying that will take?
a few weeks, Your Honor.
All right. And then defense counsel has submitted to the court a protective order prepared by the regional attorney Marilyn Bradley. And counsel, I know you asked for the court to change the language where it says the producing party is ordered to release all records excluding audio and video records.
Mhm.
With regards to the audio and video records being released to you, it sort of depends on what it is. So I don't feel comfortable saying excluding that, but if you will let her know if she's aware of, or they have audio and video records to release them. And if they're saying, no, we can't release those, I can do an in-camera inspection to see if they should be released. Do you have any objections to that? I'm sure you do.
If the records are not in their custody, they have no obligation to turn them over. If they're in their custody, I would like them in.
All right. And so this is the court's ruling on that. I'm not going to order them to release the records over the objection of the state without a hearing.
Regarding audio, video only.
Yes, regarding audio and video only.
Yes, Judge.
And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't know what the audio video is of, and sometimes CPS, their audio and video are things that legally, according to the code, can't be turned over. And I won't know that unless you all have seen it. So I have no idea if it is or not. All right, so what date do you want these documents by? It should be fairly simple because the state already has them.
Prior to today, I wasn't aware that they had the CPS records available for defense counsel in the other case. So I had done this on my own.
Okay.
I know that sometimes there's a difference between redacted and unredacted. I don't know if any of those records are redacted or not. But if I could have this, the deadline would be, if it's 30 days to come back, I would like it to have at least, 7 to 10 days before the deadline for the next
Well,
setting.
or if you would like to do this, because it appears that these cases are somehow related. I'm assuming that they're related. And that the gentleman who was just up here, they already have CPS records. So I don't know if you want to review those CPS records and then you can come back with more of a detailed
I would,
order or not. It's
I
up to you.
would prefer to have that protective order signed and presented to DFPS.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date do you want to bring this back on?
You want to bring it back the same day as the other one?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be back on August 27th.
27. Have a
Yes.
seat in the gallery.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Mr. Statesman, since we're going to be back on August 27th, I'm gonna ask that they have the records to you by August 23rd.
That's appropriate. Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
thank you.
And I'll have that filed with them today.
All right.
I have to sign it and send it to the FPS.
Yes. Okay, sure. And what page are the Rodriguez's on? All right, thank you. All right, and Norma, I need an interpreter for Romero Sandoval. And the attorney on Romero Sandoval will take that matter up in just a moment.
Are y'all finding that the dates on the docket are? Okay, so let's check.
Oh, me too. Oh, me too.
All right, Valentino Peralta. Morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. The state filed a dismissal in your case. They say for insufficient evidence. I don't know what's going on, but I will tell you this. If there's an issue with you, if you have an issue with drugs or any other type of issue, there are free places out there that can help you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if for some reason you can't find someplace, you can always come back here and I will refer you somewhere, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You too.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
For sure.
Arturo Villanueva. Sandy Garcia. Hector Casanova. Bryala Butler. Mark Anthony Morgan. Johnny Trevino. John Paul Pena. Norm, is an interpreter on their way?
Yes, I apologize. They're on the way.
All right, thank you. Hello, morning. Ramiro Sandoval.
It's gonna be deja vu
A deja vu.
on this one.
Is there a file that's missing?
On the good deja vu, not the bad one.
Oh, okay. All right, so on this case, there are no immigration. Are there immigration issues or no?
I don't believe so, Judge.
Sir, are you a citizen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and discovery?
Your Honor, at today's setting, state was able to tender a copy of CPS records to counsel, and they are going to be reaching out to the DA's office to schedule an interview or a time to watch the forensic interview. And then that's where we're at, Your Honor.
So there are no outstanding discovery issues.
That's my knowledge.
All right, and were you able to tender an offer or no?
We were going to wait until counsel viewed the forensic interview, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, set this for 30 days, please.
It'll be August 27th.
All right, so we're gonna come back on August 27th, and this is what's gonna happen on that date. I'm gonna want an acknowledgement of discovery. And state you need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sandoval, any questions?
No.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. We'll see you back on August 27th. Just sign the reset form and you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Alexandra Castro. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How's your day going so far?
Fine, thank you very much.
All right, have a
Thank you.
good one.
You too.
Super sticker.
All right, we need a jury trial. Well, this is set for jury trial. So we're supposed to do our jury selection tomorrow. All right, is there anything else we need to take up?
Judge, I did file a notice to show jury other evidence. It's to bring cars in to the middle area, so I don't know if you wanted to wait to hear that tomorrow.
All right, what do you want? Let me see. I don't have that motion.
Well, it was a notice, we were planning on doing it on Friday. I had filed it a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
and I can print out a copy.
Oh, if you could print out a copy. Counsel, have you seen the?
I have, Judge, and we do want to be heard, and I actually don't have my file for that argument today, but if the court wants us to be heard in that today, I'm quite happy to.
No, what we can do is, because we'll do jury selection tomorrow in the afternoon. So if y'all will be here in the morning, and I'll hear your arguments on it. But if you could make sure I have a copy.
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, if there are motions that you have, I know everybody's e-filing, which is great, but sometimes it doesn't make it to the court's file. So if you all can make sure you have copies for me,
Yes, ma'am.
or either just let the clerks know, we're gonna have a hearing and this is what's gonna be on, so they can copy it.
Sorry, Judge, I'll get them all printed out and bring them anyway.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Doesn't.
All right, so they're gonna give you a reset form and we'll be back tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow at 9 to hear your motion. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Jason Goss.
No. That's Hilliard.
Yes. We're waiting for. What he filed it, so he's waiting on. Oh, okay, give me. Okay, just give me that. Hold on for a minute. Thanks.
So here's my question. You say that she's with them now? So where specifically is she located? Is she across the hallway or?
She's in the lobby in the resolution center on the first floor.
Okay, and this charge she has?
She already fled on this, Judge.
No, I mean, what's the charge?
Yeah, it's good. Hold on.
I'll just sign it without the hearing. John Paul Pena.
Judge,
Good morning.
how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
All right. So today was,
Where's this guy?
oh, yeah, it's right there. It's the court reporter. And did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
Kyle Simpson.
Simpson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you were late?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
The bus.
This is what I tell everybody about the bus. I understand that there are issues with the VIA bus.
Yeah.
I used to take the VIA bus, and I used to take the VIA bus when I was an attorney.
Yes.
I took it when I was a law student. And you know what I would do when I was attorney? Because my clients wanted me to be, at the court on time. I would end up getting to court at 7:30 a.m. or at the latest at 8 a.m. because I knew sometimes the buses were going to be late. And then the bad thing about VIA, maybe they've changed. When they would be ahead of schedule, they didn't stop at the next stop and say, oh, we're ahead of schedule, so we just don't wait. They keep it rolling.
Yeah,
So I don't know what part of town you live on.
stay in the country
All right.
outside on the Remo for tenant by the police academy.
All right. So here's the thing. You got to take the early bus. And if ever you can catch the 90 is the express. It doesn't have that many stops. 90 will take you on the freeway and get you here unless they've changed the routes.
Yes.
Okay. But if you're on the Fredericksburg's bus, that takes you throughout San Antonio, which is a big help if you're trying to learn the city. That's how I learned that Fredericksburg is the street that basically travels a lot of San Antonio. So today is your plea deadline date.
We've been working something out with the state. Can we get a short reset? He wants to come in and watch the video, and I think he has some receipts from his Home Depot app that might contradict.
All right, so your Home Depot app is on your phone, I'm assuming, is that correct?
No, it's on my laptop at all.
Already asked him that. Judge.
All right, so why would you come to court knowing that you want to talk about?
I didn't know it was our plea deadline date, Judge.
No, yeah, you did, because I announced it. So this is what we're going to do. We're coming back tomorrow. So state, do you have that video available for him to see?
We have it in my office. Judge.
All right, so you're coming back here tomorrow and you need to be on time, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, this is being recalled for tomorrow
Yes.
for the plea deadline date. All right, is there anything else?
So what is the plea deadline date?
I'll talk to you next.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. For now, Christian Smith. And Mr. DeLeon, did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
I did not. Do I have to, Judge?
Yeah, you
Is
have
that an
to.
order or something?
That's an order. It's a standing order. How about that?
Beautiful, yes.
See, because you said that, she's always gonna remember you.
There you go. Being difficult. Judge, just to update the court. Mr. Smith has been accepted into PTD only as of last week.
Mhm.
And this was a previous problem in that council here did not properly get him into the program
Okay.
a while back. But he's already completed one class that he needed to do. And so we're just needing a little bit more time so he can complete his class and get his dismissal.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, sir.
if I can have a month reset for PTD.
I'll be back on the phone first.
Okay, she's saying August 1st.
That's in 3 days, Judge.
Yeah, I said a month. I was like, okay, maybe she knows something's gonna be completed sooner. Maybe she knows he's gonna do long hours or something.
I can do the 29th.
All right, so we'll be back on August 29th.
August 29th it is.
All right, keep up the good work.
Just have a seat for a second.
And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Christopher Gonzalez.
Come on up.
All right, on this one, we need a jury trial date. And Mr. Gonzalez, we're gonna do our best to get you your jury trial. The problem is, we've constantly been in trial. So this has to go. What date? How long do y'all expect the trial to last?
Relatively short, Judge. I'm thinking 3 days.
I was also thinking 3, 4 at the most, but 3.
All right, so I've seen both of you all in trial. Number 3 days. What can you give me? And I don't want October.
What do you want, Judge? I can have it work next.
What do we have available for August? What do we have available for September?
It's full, you know what I'm thinking, Judge, elections are on November 5th, but here's what I'm thinking. The Friday before, and this is true, we could actually pick that day, Judge.
Oh,
And then we could come back and do testimony on that Monday, nothing on Tuesday, because we don't want to, we want people to get out there and be civically engaged.
Okay.
Of course, and that's just, it's a hypothetical, it's a possibility for that.
well, so you will be able to do 2 trials.
Well, Ally and I, yeah, we could split up. and
Okay,
just,
all right, Norma, put it on November 1st. Is that what you're asking for?
If the court, I apologize, if the court's okay with it, I think it's a possibility. I think
Unless you have something quicker, September's fine.
we have a pretty loaded impact docket already. I think we're in the
All
double
right, so
digits.
here's the thing. I mean, is there something that's happening with the other case that's already set for November 1st?
Uh,
be it.
All right.
Who knows, people,
We don't have anything that's.
I'm thinking November 1st is a strong possibility if the court is open to it.
All right,
Unless Michael disagrees or
October
whatever.
8th is looking good.
all right, October 8th.
There you go, just like that.
Thank you, Ally.
There it is.
All right, we'll be back for jury trial on October 8th. Norma, if you could put it down. All right, thank you
Judge,
for addressing it
I know you
appropriately
can't,
for court.
I know you can't guarantee October 8th, but
Oh, no.
we really want to
This
get this
is,
done.
I really want you to get it done. So October 8th is gonna be jury trial. And I'll be setting up the lineup, so, all
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
right, thank you.
There you go, yeah, good.
You're welcome.
Once again, Judge, look how well dressed he is.
He is, he's always dressed excellent for
Awesome.
court. I appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good day.
No. Uh-huh.
For those of you who are waiting on your attorney, if your attorney hasn't shown, you have the court's permission to step outside, pick up the phone, call your attorney. We are taking our recess at noon. All right, Randy Elizondo. All right, and who's the prosecutor you were confirming?
I've been dealing with Mr. Gary Hand and Mr. Daniel, Mr. Escobar.
Okay, and did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
No. Juan Aguilera.
All right, and counsel, you're on this side.
And Judge, we were set today for I think just a final consult.
Mhm.
But anyway, we, during this period of time, we had filed a motion for competency.
Mhm.
And we got it back, I think, maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And so I haven't had a chance to discuss this with either Mr. Gary Hand and Mr. Escobar. And I was just asking the court if I could just have one more setting so we could discuss it, try to work it out.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. If you can put this for a plea deadline date in 3 weeks, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Oh, no, he needs to remain.
No,
Yeah.
but just excited.
Okay.
But we just got back for 3 weeks in Scotland.
Oh, how was it?
65 degrees was the highest we had.
And was it beautiful?
Green.
You know, I need to go back when it's in August because they say the heather is out and the mountains are gold and
Well,
purple.
actually, my wife bought a pendant and earrings that has a heather inside.
Oh, that is awesome. And
Yes.
did you see the coos?
Yes. The hairy coos.
I think they're so beautiful.
I felt going in there, cutting that hair.
Oh, and did you get a chance to go on the tours and the tiny little side streets?
Yes.
Okay, those streets are very claustrophobic when you're walking down the alleys or the streets or whatever
I
they
think
call.
that's one in Galway, it's the one that we did.
Mhm.
But see, you need to go to Tokyo and go through their narrow streets.
Oh, wow.
They're very, very narrow. Even
See,
there.
that's on my to-do list,
Oh, yeah.
that, but we went to one part of Scotland where I guess they make the alcohol. And I'm telling you, I could smell alcohol in the town. Town smells.
We
like
met
alcohol.
the distillery in Dublin.
Mhm.
We didn't have that much time. We spent about 5 days in
Mhm.
Scotland, but in Dublin, we were 8 days, maybe higher than 8 days.
See, I just think it's so beautiful. I still have Ireland that I need to go to.
Yeah, you didn't go to Ireland?
No,
All right.
that's on my list.
But that part.
Well, Mr. Elizondo, we'll bring you back on August 19th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, man.
Welcome.
I guess the plastic.
Yes.
I was just. You're exactly. You are a mind reader.
Okay, but Sean, do you remember I was telling you I was taking a flight and they didn't let me come on board with my aloe vera? Did you just see this that just happened with United flight? What happened? That everybody was vomiting. They said there's some kind of biohazard, so they had to do an emergency landing. I know it wasn't due to aloe vera. And so the crew was like, they're throwing up, everybody was asking for bags, so they had to do an emergency landing. They were supposed to be going from Houston to Boston. Can you imagine being on that plane? Mm.
I already like being on planes.
Mhm.
That was what happened. I think I was I'm voting everywhere.
Here, JetBlue just continued their service.
I'm sorry, what?
JetBlue.
Oh, what?
No longer servicing Santa Clara.
Oh.
We used to fly JetBlue up to Brooklyn.
Mhm.
That visit our grandkids, because was a direct flight.
So why are they not servicing San Antonio?
I have no idea.
They tried to merge with Spirit, and when the merger fell through, they had to really cut back all their routes.
Ah.
But it's great because you fly direct, it's a direct flight.
Thank you. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. All right. I'm sorry. All right, Amanda Mahula.
Montgomery.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, so we need a jury trial date, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
State,
That's
how long do
exact-
you expect this is gonna last?
One long day, Judge.
We start jury selection early in the morning. He's correct.
Okay. Ms. Ferguson, they tell me this jury trial is gonna last for one day.
Really quick.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So I need an acknowledgement. Thank you. So I
I
need,
did one at the last setting, Your Honor. It was set for trial, and then we had a request to continuance for an out-of-country witness, so we still have it. I can pull it out of the file, but Pat and I discussed the discovery acknowledgement at the last setting.
all right, for some reason, it's not in the court's file, but I hope it's in the system.
They might be already standing to discovery.
Okay.
It was filed in impact court, Your Honor.
Ah, okay. Can you check to see if it's in, scanned in the system?
And Your Honor, if it's not, we're happy to redo it. No problem.
Likewise.
All right, it's 2024 CR 0266. What day you all want to do this trial on?
I really, I mean, if the court wants to do it on that October date, that's more than okay, but.
Well, I mean, that other case has to go. And I'm assuming this has to go. Like
It
there's.
seems that way, Judge.
Judge, it looks like the court calendar did not enter the fall.
We can redo it, no problem.
All right.
October, November would be ideal. We have it's quick, but we have a lot of stuff set pretty soon, so.
All right, Norma, I need a jury trial date on Mahula. It's one day. So I figure we can pick a day where we can do jury selection and start testimony. Then things will move fairly quickly.
That's fine.
Works for me, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
I'll hang around and do that discovery as well, since we couldn't find the other one.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I tried to fill it.
Yeah. Riot Aguilar. And counsel, did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
Matt still has.
Why do people keep touching that? Don't touch anything.
I didn't mean to.
You guys are always leaning on everything. Don't touch anything.
The antenna sticks out.
Don't touch it.
This
It's the
one.
court reporter's equipment. It is, how much does that cost?
A lot.
No, tell him how much it costs.
$10,000.
About 1,500.
All right, so. All right, Mr. Aguilar, why were you late for court?
I had to take the stairs. I was waiting for the elevator and I ran up the stairs. I got here like at 9:02, 9:03.
All right, you have to be on time.
Yes,
Okay.
I was running.
All right. So discovery is done. State, did you tender an offer?
Well, I don't believe they wanted an offer from the judge, and I think they just want to try.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 0602, State of Texas versus Riot Aguilar. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Matt Stolhensky for Mr. Ryder Aguilar.
And are you Riot Aguilar?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony that you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ryan Aguilar.
All right, Mr. Aguilar, in this court, the state usually will tender an offer to the accused. And then the court will allow you a chance to consider the offer or consider any type of plea negotiations by way of a plea deadline date. Your attorney is telling me that you do not want a plea deadline date, you just wish to have a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And we're off the record. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 days, Your Honor.
All right, this is a 2-day trial. And the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? And can you check the system and make sure the acknowledgement of discovery is in the system? September 3rd. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Were you excused?
Once he signs the reset form. All right, who is here on Clarence McDaniel?
You've gotten 2 of those. We gave you those 2 of them early. The top one, I think is the new one. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge, before we get started, on this case, it is a cap of silent plea. And no PSI was done, and defense would argue that we are entitled to it under 40.
Well, here's the thing. Let me stop everybody right there, because I asked you all if you wanted a PSI or if you wanted the court to consider it without the PSI. The reason why he doesn't have a PSI is because parties said they didn't want that. That's why you all had it. But if you want a PSI, you can get your PSI. But do not come before the court saying you don't want a PSI, and then now everybody wants a PSI. Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for a PSI?
Judge, if I said we didn't want a PSI, I misspoke, because I do not remember saying that. I would have never said that in this case, so I
No, that's
don't
what-
believe I said that, but
No, that's what was said, because I will tell you, in this court, I ask people, do you want a PSI? I will tell people, the only thing I need sometimes based upon the nature of the charge is the criminal history. And everybody said, yeah, we can go along with that. And I reset it from June 27th to now, so that if the defense wanted to bring in witnesses, they could bring in witnesses. But both parties agreed they didn't need a PSI. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, you'll be back on September 12th. Vashawn, if you can do a PSI, please. With the tappy valve.
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Norma, what pages is he on? I know he's on 9.
And then he's on the back. He's on page 9.
He has a second page though, doesn't he? Because he has 2 cases.
Page 4.
All right, thank you.
Good morning.
He's changed his mind, does not want a PSI.
No, we're doing the PSI.
Okay.
All
And,
right.
and Judge, I really don't believe you asked me. I don't.
No, I
don't-
tell you, I always
Never
do.
said that.
I will tell you, the state and other defense counsel will tell you that I always say, do you want a PSI? It depends on the nature of the case. And when people say they don't want a PSI, I will tell the state, all I need is criminal history. So I want to give him his PSI since he wanted one now, so.
And he
Yeah.
didn't understand he was gonna have to wait another month and a half, Judge, and so he wants to go forward now without it. There's no
All right,
way.
Mr.
without him.
McDaniel, your attorney has requested a PSI, so you're gonna have the PSI and the TAP evaluation done. The soonest it can be done is September 12th, because that's the schedule that probation is on. All right, so we'll see you back on September 12th. All right, Darren Johnson. Hello, counsel, you're on this side. And did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
My name is William Davidson.
Hello.
Hi, Your Honor.
All right, and you always dress appropriately for court. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so where are we on this case, counsel?
Your Honor, the offer has been tendered today,
Okay,
and my client, I think originally it was set for the last date that an offer could be considered,
okay.
but she was only given the offer today, and I haven't showed her all the.
No, she wasn't, her plea deadline date wasn't set for today.
Oh, okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I didn't know.
Okay, all
Um,
right, so what we'll do is, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
if you can do a recall on this case for plea deadline date. And if you give us 30 days, is that enough time for you?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right, I figured that'll give you time to look over whatever evidence and, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
26, Judge.
All right, we're gonna be back on August 26th. On August 26th, you'll need to let the court know whether you're not, if you're accepting the plea.
Thank you. Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you. Your Honor.
You're welcome.
What's your name? Can I have the phone?
Yes.
Thank you. And Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Not gonna get her control.
All right, who's here on Juan Caballeros?
Back to the bus, Judge, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, and counsel, did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
Mick Aguilera, AG.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5374, State of Texas versus Juan Eduardo Caballeros. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Andrew Harris Edelman.
defense?
Mick Aguilera on behalf of the Honorable Mr. Caleros.
Oh, is it Cavaleros?
Caballeros.
See, I'm just adding extra syllables to your name. How do you pronounce it?
Caballeros, so C-A-L-L, like
Caballeros?
Caballeros.
All right. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
At 2 point, yes, Judge.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Caballeros, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with
Yes,
your
ma'am.
attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
I believe so, Your Honor.
We're going to board on count one, Judge.
All right. Mr. Cavaleros, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand in the indictment? Oh, I'm sorry, you all are proceeding on count one?
Waiving count two, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objections to the waiver of count two?
No, Your
All right, in count one, you're charged with the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 grams to 4 grams. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to make sure you keep your voice up, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So the court reporter can hear.
Okay.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cavaleros, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
All right, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count one. There's a $2,000 fine. State is recommending deferred adjudication. This is the run concurrent with County Court 9 cause number 699-437. They're taking in consideration 658-757, JN 215-9813, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing it, you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
And did you sign beneath that paragraph twice?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that was a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
All right, state, any evidence?
Be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
Judge, we've had the opportunity to review those exhibits and have no objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and laboratory reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court would defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, if you would consider proceeding with sentencing, we do know there's a TAP evaluation and he has no problem following any recommendations that they may come up with.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, you read the report, he accepted responsibility at the traffic stop, he made an admission. Today is our first appearance in court. Prosecutors made a very fair offer of deferred, and he did not waste any time saying that he would like to take it, no dragging our feet out. He would like you to consider following up with Morgan.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right. So what are you doing with your life other than speeding?
I prep Italian restaurant on Alamo Heights, by the way.
Oh, what's the name of the restaurant?
Sorrento's.
Sorrento's. I don't think I've ever been there.
Oh, yeah.
But is it very expensive?
It's like Olive Garden kind of prices.
Oh, you know what? I think I've been there before.
It's better than Olive Garden.
Yeah, it's better than Olive Garden.
Okay.
We have
All right,
peaches
hey,
and
we're not going to disparage anybody in here. I mean, because free bread, sticks and salad, that's something that you have to throw in the mix.
Although that price has even gone up.
Yeah, it's like the cheddar biscuits at Red Lobster. I mean, you can say what you will, but their cheddar biscuits are great. Do you have any children?
One on the way,
He does
actually.
have one on the way, Judge.
Okay. So what are your plans for employment? Are you going to always work there? What were you planning on doing?
I've been thinking about going out of town for construction, just to, stay clean, get away from all this.
Okay.
The opportunity that he has may require him to travel out of state
Okay.
as far as Florida.
All right. And if you're drug tested today?
Would I come out clean?
Are you clean or doing?
Right now I'm dirty,
All right. So what are you dirty for?
just weed.
All right. How long you been smoking weed?
Since high school, but I mean, I'm not since I got older, I haven't really been smoking a lot, just like here and then.
All right. What does that mean?
How often? When was the last time you smoked?
Last week.
All right. So here's the thing. You can't smoke marijuana on probation.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. You can't drink alcohol on probation, even if you're in your home. Those are the rules.
So nothing. Okay.
No, you're not allowed to. And people, oh, Judge Boyd, why are you being so hard? That's the law,
Yeah.
right? So you're not allowed to do marijuana. If there's some issue where there's a mental health issue, and that's the reason maybe you're using it, then you need to let probation know, and we'll have you see a doctor. You understand? So where are your parents?
I don't have a dad. He passed away when I was young, and my mom lives in Mexico.
Okay, so who's your support system here?
My tia.
Yeah, uncle or aunt, I don't know.
Tina is an aunt.
Huh?
Come on,
Yeah, because-
I know that little Spanish.
But there was a lawyer in the office group that kept calling Johnny Cisneros Tia. I thought that meant uncle.
Maybe he was saying Tio. I don't know if there's a difference, but what is an uncle in Spanish?
Tio. Yeah.
That's what he was probably saying.
Well, I thought that's what he was saying.
All right. This is what, do you want to speak with regards to the length of probation time?
Judge, one did ask about the length, and we discussed the possibility of an early term if he complied early on and got everything done, the community service, patches, UAs. We were hoping he would consider an early termination, maybe about the 2-year part.
Okay. All right, so it's going to be 5 years deferred adjudication. There'll be a $2,000 fine that will be probated. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. Ms. Abrams, if you'll make sure that they test for levels, your levels with the marijuana needs to start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I do require that probation do field visits. Possession of marijuana is not legal in Texas. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. Then at probation's discretion. And who do you live with?
Well, since I had a baby on the way with my baby mama, she heard the
Let's
apartment.
just say the mother of your future child.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I got an apartment. It's under her name, but I pay for it.
Okay. All right. Don't be bringing any drama to her doorstep, because let me just tell you, she has decided to make you her star, and she wants you in her life. She's decided to have a child with you, and you've brought this baggage with her already, which is this case. So you're gonna have to change your ways. Don't bring drama to her doorstep. Don't have drugs at her house. Don't do any of that, because she's trusting you. And now that you have a baby on the way, everything that you do from here on out, you need to do it so your child will be glad to tell children at school, well, this is my dad. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do not be a disappointment. Okay? All right. So then we're going to do take in consideration 658, 757, JN 215-9813. This will run concurrent with 699-437. There's going to be 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order that you do parenting classes. Once you've completed parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. And we can do a TAP evaluation out of custody. Probation, if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start him with intensive outpatient treatment. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Counsel, if you think that amount is too high, you can come back to the court and we can have a restitution hearing for that.
Certainly.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. To be successful in this court, communication is key.
Okay.
I know maybe other courts do things differently, but in here, if you feel like you're going to use marijuana, pick up the phone, call your probation officer, tell them, hey, I really feel like I'm going to use. And you know what they're going to do? They're probably going to tell you, this is where you need to go. Go to an AA meeting, go to an NA meeting. If you feel as though they're not addressing your issues, you can always come back to court. And from here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. Could this potentially result in me being revoked and you're looking up 20 years in prison? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Because guess what? When you bring the newborn baby home, that time passes by so quickly. And if you end up going to prison on this, by the time you come out, if that's what ends up happening, that child is not going to know you. And there may be some other man, because people know no loyalty to wait for you. It's not like a Lifetime movie where they're waiting for you to get out of prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I see that one of the cases that this is running concurrently with is a gun case. Again, you're going to have a little baby running around. You're not allowed to have weapons because you're on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you ever get to that point where you're allowed to have weapons, you need to make sure those weapons are secure, because children are curious and they will find things. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for dressing appropriately.
Thank you.
Judge, may we be excused to go to County Court 9 and then come back up here to see probation?
Just let probation, talk to probation. Brayla Butler. Briala, I keep mispronouncing it.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Ms. Burke, if you'll introduce yourself to the court reporter.
Good morning. My name is Deborah Stanton, and I was the attorney for Regala Butler.
All right, so how do you pronounce your first name? Briala. See,
Okay.
it's Briala.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, I always want to get names correct. So I always tell people when they come before me, if I'm mispronouncing your name, let me know. Because
Yes, ma'am.
once the mispronunciation is in my mind, it's in there. Yeah.
What's mine?
All right. So my understanding, there were CPS records.
No, there's a drug case.
No, this is a forgery case.
Yes.
But for some reason, I think somebody said that there was prior CPS history or something.
That I don't know because I'm only dealing with a forgery case.
Yeah, no, there's let me look on the record. Just one second. Let me find what page she is on.
Let's see.
She's on page 5, Judge.
All right, thank you. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Is there a CPS case out there?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
See, that's why I wrote that down. So, state, they're probably gonna need CPS records. And I know that's family violence, but, there may be a CPS case related to this, the drug issue.
No, well, I say no. There's no lab test on the drugs.
No, I understand that, but here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm telling you all that my experience on the CPS side, whether they closed the case or kept the case open, these charges are probably why there was a CPS case open or is there. If y'all don't want, here's the thing, if y'all don't want CPS records, guess what? We will go on the record now and everybody can agree that they don't want CPS records. And if you all say you don't want CPS records, when we go to trial, there will be none of this, oh, we need CPS records.
We want them.
Okay. So, State, if you can check family violence about the CPS records, I know it's a.
Yeah, I'll send them a link for how to do, or I'll talk to their advocate so they can get that ball.
Oh, thank you. All right.
And then
So,
can I tell you why I actually approached?
yes.
Because it had nothing to do with CPS, because I didn't know about CPS.
All right. CPS records. Yes.
The state has the forgery case,
Mhm.
that file. They do not have the file on the drug case. It's not indicted.
No, I'm aware there are
I know
two.
you know.
Yeah, there are two drug cases that have not been indicted. There's a possession less than a gram and there's a 4 grams to 200 grams. State, do you have any idea when those cases will be indicted? Okay.
Sorry, Judge.
Or where they are in the system as far as labs?
I can check.
Do we know what the offense date is?
I know
It looks like there's.
March 26, 24 is the offense date for the undergram and a misdemeanor theft.
All
Now, for the forgery, the offense date is 2023.
All right, and then I see for the 4 to 200 grams, it's May 2024. So what we're gonna do then, Norma, recall this for 60 days. That's to see if the labs are in.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let me get my calendar.
September 30th, Judge.
All right, so we're gonna be back on September 30th.
I just felt trying to leave get my calendar.
Okay. All right, Ms. Butler, come back, please. Yeah, no, that's
I
okay.
did tell her to sit down, I'm sorry. I'm okay with the 30th of September.
All right, y'all will be back on September 30th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused and you need to make sure that you are on time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you late?
I'm currently being kicked out of my house, evicted, so they're sitting all my stuff outside right now, and I had to tell them I had to go because I had to come to court.
All right, so make sure you're on time next time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. on his case. Is it Casanova?
Casanova. First name Hector.
Yes. Alrighty. She's gonna check to see. Okay. And Deputy Laura, if somebody can make an announcement in the hallway. All right, thank you. Deputy, is Hector Casanova outside?
No, Judge.
All right. Let me see what page he is on.
3.
Thank you.
For your name?
Charles Bunk, B-U-N-K.
I'm sorry, Odyssey is very slow.
It's like super slow.
We should make a complaint.
I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. And Mr. Bach, I'm looking on my end too to see if Odyssey would go any quicker. Yes. Mhm. Is it for this case? Oh, that's a moving violation then, I think. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Could I have a prosecutor, please? Yes. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garrett,
for the defense?
Charles Bunk for Mr. Casanova.
And Mr. Bont, it's the court's understanding that you were appointed as standby counsel?
That is correct, Judge.
All right. This hearing was scheduled today on June 24th, 2024 for 9 a.m. It is now 11 a.m. The defendant has not appeared. Mr. Bunk, have you had any contact with him today?
No, Judge.
All right. State?
State's request, I don't know if it's a PR bond or is it,
Uh,
we're either requesting a judge's warrant or a bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
all right.
I'm pulling up the bond.
Right.
Looks like he's on a surety or some mutual bail bonds. It's not a PR.
All right. The court had the deputy to make an announcement, and Mr. Casanova is not outside the courtroom either. The court will grant a bond forfeiture and remand the defendant without bond. Counsel, if he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. We can go off the record. I don't know if you want to call Mitchell Bell's bond. Maybe they have contact with him.
I will reach out.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. But thank you.
Can I see the file on Arturo Villanueva, please? Sandy Garcia. Sandy Garcia. And if I could see the file on Sandy Garcia as well.
Check on you.
All right. Norma, this shouldn't be on the docket. He's set for jury trial on September 3rd. All right. Family violence? Family violence, hi. Villanueva on page 2. He shouldn't be on the docket. He's set on September 3rd for jury trial.
Well, we need the coordinator here, Judge. Where's she at?
Albert Delgado. Oh, did you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
No, I did not. Nathan Slimay. Very nice to meet you.
All right, so in this case, what we need is a jury trial date. Is that correct?
That's correct, Ron.
All right, state defense, how long do you expect this trial to last?
2 days.
2 days sounds right.
All right, I need a jury trial date, Norma. It's unauthorized use. They say 2 days. All right, October 1st, counsel.
Checking, that's a Tuesday. That works.
All right, you're gonna come back on October 1st for a jury trial. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? So that will be October 1st. And if both parties can make sure that the court has an acknowledgement of discovery, I don't see one in the file.
That has been submitted, Judge.
All right, if you all can double check that it's been scanned in, because if it hasn't been scanned in, it's been lost.
Understood.
All right, we'll see you back on October 1st. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I work to, talk to Jason. That's all I got. Yeah, he might be on for reviews. That's good.
And Deputy Laura, when you get a chance, could you make an announcement for Sandy Garcia? All right, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm here for Your Honor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking to the misdemeanor right now. I think we're gonna reset it for contested.
Because remember, Judge, this is where we told her to go downstairs for.
Mhm.
And so it looks like she's going to be taking a plea on that, which will change what we want to do on ours.
Okay.
Which we
depending if they're able to take it today, we would need to kind of reset this if they are not able to take it today, because that kind of goes with what she's gonna
All
get.
right,
on
so we're
this.
gonna be back here in the afternoon anyway, so we'll come back in the afternoon.
Your Honor, I have to be out of town this afternoon in Seguin. Can I appear by Zoom or is there? Okay, okay. Do you want me to let my client know to appear as or in person as?
Yeah, she'll need to be here in person.
Okay,
And so if you all work that case in the county court, please.
okay, cool, thank you.
All right, we'll bring you back at 1:30. That is, no, that is not Sean Simpson. No problem. Johnny Trevino? All right, just have a seat. We'll get with you, okay? All right, first things first, why were you late for court?
Woke up late.
All right, here's the thing. You know you have to be in court and you have to be in court at 9. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you are late, what's going to end up happening is a warrant could be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
And we were here last time in June. You said you were going to hire an attorney. You still have not hired one.
I didn't have enough down payment.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't have enough down payment.
All right, who's this attorney you're hiring?
Alberto Estrella.
All right, so we're gonna have a seat. Ms. Ferguson, see if you can get Mr. Acevedo here, please. All right, just have a seat.
Oh, what?
Reginald Hunter. All right, so we're here on a motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, could I have a file stamp for motion to revoke, please? Thank you, no problem. And counsel, would you introduce yourself to the court reporter?
Raymond Martinez.
Court is calling 2018 CR 0164, State of Texas versus Reginald Hunter. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Salem.
Defense?
Raymond Martinez.
Are you Mr. Hunter?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Are you the same Reginald Hunter who was placed on community supervision in 2018 CR 0164 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on August 3rd, 2021 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
State?
Violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Reginald Marriott Hunter did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed on September 25th, 2023.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
Revoke supervision.
No, do you waive?
Waive and abandon the remaining allegations, Your Honor.
All right, any objection to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty? I'm sorry, well, you're already guilty, but did you understand the court could find it true and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Judge, can I jump in here for a second?
Yes.
We thought we thought the underlying was 5.
No, it's 8.
And my client, I need to have another conversation.
All right.
Because I misspoke. I told him it was 5.
Okay, no problem.
So we'll pick up where we left off. That just 1 second.
Sure.
Judge. Okay, Judge.
All right, we're back on the record. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that proposed agreement?
It's 5 years to do, Judge.
All right, so you all are requesting revocation in 5 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor. Mhm.
All right, Mr. Hunter. I'm reviewing the court summary. And it appears that you don't want any help. There's nothing left to be done for you. You've been placed in inpatient facilities, you've been in sober living homes, and then once you maintain your sobriety for a while at the sober home, then you go back to your last residence and you just start using, you fall off and you don't do anything. This is not your first motion to revoke. Probation, what are you requesting?
Judge, if not revocation, safety is after followed by probation for the remainder of probation. Judge, in reviewing the case, I see that there was a condition for evaluation, but I don't think that there was one every time.
Well, the problem is felony drug court, there is no room at the end.
I'm sorry.
Felony drug court, they don't have room to accept anyone else.
So, Judge, if not revocation, then.
I just don't think you're a good candidate. We've tried everything.
Well, and this is kind of, he understands that, Judge, and that's why he's agreed to the revocation. I can tell you, Judge, and he can tell it probably better than I can, that it's not that he didn't get anything out of these programs, and as you can see, he did DDRF as well, and SATF, and lifetime recovery, so he's done quite a few things. Not too long ago, he lost a parent, and maybe it's part of him turning the page. He knows what he needs to do to stop, because he's, like you said, he's been through all the programs. And either he's going to or he's not, but he's not going to take up the court's time anymore, and he's going to respectfully ask the court for credit for programs he did complete in terms of his past credit, and start out his sentence until he's paroled.
All right. All right, the court will grant the motion, revoke, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Probation, do you know if he paid the restitution to San Antonio for drug testing? Oh, and I'm sorry, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. All right. Mr. Hunter, are you asking the court to follow your proposed agreement?
Yes,
All right. Are you waiving your right to appeal?
yes, I am.
And have you understood everything that has gone on with your case today?
Yes, I did.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will grant the motion, revoke you, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to request the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase the length of time that you're in prison, but they may be able to address your issues. I'll request that in the mental health unit. You'll also have to request it because I have no jurisdiction to force them to place you in the program. Do you understand?
Yes,
If you don't, let me know.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what that was all, what that
All
all
right,
meant.
so the therapeutic community is to help you with any drug issues you may have. And they may have changed a little bit and they may have some more programs to address with you. The reason for the therapeutic community, it's supposed to help you transition once you're released from prison so that you won't be back in another court for the same thing. The mental health unit will be able to help you if you have any mental health issues, and they will do a intake process to see what they need. For example, if you need to be on medications or if you need to see a mental health therapist, that way, when you're released from prison, you will have everything set up where you won't hopefully be back in a criminal court. Do you understand? Now, I can't force them to place you in a treatment program. All I can do is request it. I don't have any jurisdiction. So if I request it and you don't request it, it will definitely be a no. If I requested it and you request it, it will be a maybe. You understand? All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. You're gonna have to start making better decisions. Once you're released from the prison, if you can't find a rehab facility or mental health facility, you can always come back to this court. If I'm here, I will direct you to where you need to go. You understand?
Yes, I do understand what you said.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Mark Morgan?
Judge.
And where is Mark Morgan?
Right there, Judge.
All right, Mark Morgan, if you'll come forward. Let me find what page he is on. And would you introduce yourself to the court reporter, please?
Robert Clarence.
Mark Morgan.
Let me see what page you're on. Thank you. All right, why were you late?
Wasn't late, I was using the restroom. I did colorectal surgery a month and a half ago, so yeah, when I have to go, I have to go.
No, I understand that. But when you say you were not late, you were late,
I was
but
in
you
the
just had a reason.
Yes, yes.
So you were late,
I
but
was here though. I was
yes.
present, yeah.
Okay. All right, you know your attorney wants to withdraw as your attorney?
Yes.
All right, we'll go on the record. Can I have a prosecutor, please? Court is calling 2024 CR 5075, State of Texas versus Mark Morgan. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Edelman.
Defense?
Robert Clarence.
Are you Mr. Morgan?
Yes, I am.
And the person who's listed is Kelly Green. Do you have any objection to Mr. Barron standing in?
No.
All right. Your attorney has filed a motion to withdraw. State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, you want to put on the record the reason for your withdrawal?
Judge, I stated in motion, Mr. Morgan, basically he's indigent and I guess he thought he could afford to, hire a private attorney and take his case to trial, but as it turns out, that's not the case for him. I don't know what his situation is other than I know he doesn't have the financial means to carry forward.
All right. So, Mr. Morgan, they're asking to withdraw and attorneys, he doesn't want to work for free. Okay.
Totally understand.
All right. So the motion will be granted. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
if you will remain in court, we'll see about getting an attorney for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I know, he's process.
All right, Mr. Morgan, we're gonna have you come back at 1:30. All right. Marvin Ortiz.
And Mr. Trevino. If he doesn't have a comment, but
All right. All right. Deputy Laura. Put a hold on him for 1:30. Could I see the file on Carlos Gallardo, please? Okay, no problem. Carlos Gallardo on page 4.
Is that one?
No, could I? I'm sorry, not Carlos Gallardo. I'm sorry, that's Michael DeLeon's client. Yeah, no. Oh, he and Angela Blake are on the same case. Okay, all right. They haven't removed her from that.
Yeah, I changed it this weekend. She had contacted me after I sent her an email.
Okay,
It's been taken care of.
If we have paperwork in on Gallardo, so.
okay. All right, we'll make sure we do that before our break.
He said more than you come back in. She said,
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
May we approach?
Sure. Oh, could you introduce yourself to the court reporter? All right, who's your client?
Michael Gowan. Your Honor, we are working on the paperwork and we're almost done.
Okay.
Mr. Edelman had a question about whether we could proceed by just stipulating
All right, everyone, we'll be back at 1:30. Thank you.